What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Max Tack Motorsports. Here again with the GTI. Beautiful day out today. Really hot, really sunny. As you guys can see, I'm in the shade. I usually do the videos in the car. Can't do it today. Too hot, guys. Too hot. But yeah, filming this video right now. We are in between our setup for the power steering cooling. And as well as the oil cooler setup with our bash bar. I kind of will update you guys on that very briefly in this video, but pretty much just waiting on the AN lines to come in and get that all sorted out. But in the meantime, we also went ahead and did the fan wiring for our oil cooler, and we relocated our LED underglow kit as far as the front end goes with the new bash bar. So that's mostly all done. Just a couple things to tie up, but big step today, guys. Right here, camber plates for the MK4 GTI, Audi A3 I think it is as well, and of course your Jetta. And yeah, this is big for us for sure. As you guys know, our setup currently is right here with the JOM NJT adjustable coilovers. We have our helper spring in there currently and our custom 10K Swift springs. So if you guys want to see the video on the install of that, you're gonna have to scroll back just a couple. But yeah, pretty happy with them so far. Ride seems to be pretty sweet. Hopefully when we put the Swift springs for the rear end, hopefully everything kind of balances out. Again, guys, I've never really been on a legit track with a road course car, so I have no idea what these spring rates are going to do. Might have to go a little stiffer in the future, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. But anyways, the camber plates right here, these are silver projects. So doing all the research, there's pretty much two brands that I could find. Ground Control, which is really popular, especially down in the States, and Silver Project, which I believe you can get on eBay as well. But I went directly to their site, and yeah, so these came from Poland. I think that's where they're located, is Poland or somewhere out there in Europe. But yeah, they cost me, I think they were like 300 Canadian compared to, I mean, the 450 USD. You're looking at almost like 550, 600 for the Ground Control. I mean, they're probably better ones. They might be more proven, but I just can't as far as the budget goes. And yeah, I've heard a lot of really good reviews on these things here. I've seen some other Mark IVs that are tracking with the same ones on and seem to have no issue. So yeah, these things right here I believe will give me about minus 2.5 degrees of camber on the front, and that paired up with our 0.5, so half a degree of camber currently right now, we should be looking at around, yeah, -3 in the front, which is not like drastic or anything too crazy, but definitely a lot better than what we're at right now. Help us save our hubs, our wheel bearings, as well as our tires, and not only that, just give us a lot better feel in the corner. So yeah, this is gonna be the first time I ever installed these. I've done them in a couple other cars, so I'm not sure how it's gonna work here, but pretty much what you have is our top nut right here, as well as the Allen bolts for our adjustment. Again, we're just going to kind of install these things as they sit the way they are, and then we'll probably head over to Adrena Garage. As you guys know, big guys to help us out with the alignment, which should help. But yeah, this is how they're going to go on, and then yeah, we'll see how everything all works out. But what we're gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to lower the strut. So again, we're gonna have to go up top there, take off the covers for the top of the coilovers, and probably grab a jack and lower everything down. Now, I don't know if that's gonna be low enough. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to undo the end links right here, the white line end links that we installed last year as well. But yeah, let me grab a jack, let me get everything kind of loosened up as far as the top goes. If I can fit them, perfect. If not, that's the way she goes. So we'll see, yeah, see how it goes. Anyways, guys, let's get to it. So starting up top here, guys, again, pretty basic. Gonna have to take off this little cover. There is the top mount for our coilover. We're going to loosen this thing out nice and easy, nice and slow. Hopefully it comes out pretty good. I mean, tighten it up too might be a bit of a pain in the ass, but we should be okay. And as far as that goes, we'll take off this little kind of bushing here, and then we will begin to lower down the actual jack, which hopefully should give us enough room to at least get my hands in there. I mean, there's probably different ways you can do this. Taking the fender off too as well would be pretty recommended if you guys have the car in pieces, or I mean, it's not too much of a pain in the ass for you guys to do. But I'm not going to worry about that today. We'll see how that goes. And then I mean, if we have to undo the end link to get more travel, to get more room for us to get our hands in there, so be it. But let's yeah, try removing this first, see how that goes. So I got the top nut uninstalled now, guys. Definitely 100% have to take off the end link, but I mean, everything's so new on this car, definitely a lot easier. But yeah, so let's lower this down. I'm most likely gonna have to take off the rubber bushing, perhaps the nut that holds it, but I just want to get everything as low as possible here. That way I get a good idea of what we actually need to do. So let's just get this down. So yeah, let's take a look. I'm gonna take off this nut and the bushing up here, and then we will see how these things work. Okay guys, so you guys can see we have the strut down. Now this is where I really want you guys to pay attention if you can. So it's not many videos or instructions on how to actually do these plates. So I believe that this is the way to do it. If it isn't, then I apologize. Big time sorry on my Canadian part for sure. But yeah, you're gonna want to take your bushing out for sure, 100%. So this brand new 34 Motorsports one that I bought, I'm not gonna have to use anymore. This has maybe like 50 kilometers on it. Hit me up, bro, if you want it. Anyways, yeah, you got the top of the strut right here. Again, the bushing's gone. So what we have now is we have our top spring perch that keeps our spring in, obviously here. And then you have the OEM bearing that comes from your stock struts, this little bearing right here. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this right here. So this is obviously our slider that's gonna give us our camber, just like that. And what the way, or sorry, the orientation that we want it is that this little indent right here, see how it kind of goes inward? You're gonna want that facing out, so on the outside of the car. So if you look right here, you can see our beautiful fender. You're gonna want this facing this way right here. So let's put that on first, just like that. Again guys, like everything, if you have anyone to help you, it makes a huge difference. But you can see how that sits right there on top of that. That's how you want it. And then next, this is the top part right here. We're gonna worry about this after. This is the bottom one. So the thicker one right here is what's gonna go on next. That way, when we start jacking the strut back up into the top tower, this is gonna act like this. So it's more of a solid bushing. Should work out okay. So let me just toss that on top of here. And again, you want to kind of orient it so that you see this little hole. That's for the indent that's on the actual section of the camber plate right here. So now that we have this installed, again, try to do it the best you can. We're going to start jacking this up into the strut tower, and then when we get up on top, that's when we're going to put this on. This is our, you can see our index for everything for our camber. We'll have our Allen keys right here, our Allen bolts, and the Allen bolts are 5 mils. So I have a 5 mil Allen key right here as well. And then we have our upper strut nut. This is the new one that came from Silver Projects. I believe it's a 19 mil. So yeah, we'll toss that on and get that nice and tight. So let's start jacking everything up and getting everything into place. And again, if you have anyone to help you, it makes a huge difference. Okay, so now that I have it kind of in the pocket. See how that works? We are going to go up top here, so you can see how it's in there. And again, I don't have everything super tight, so I can maneuver everything I need to make sure that everything here lines up properly. So let me just get this all set up and then I'll bring you guys back. So keep in mind here too, guys, you can see I got 5 bolts, Allen bolts, and one is shorter than the others. So the tall ones, the 4 tall ones, are going to be for your sliding to get your camber, and then the little guy here is going to be the one right there that goes on the center part, kind of on the edge where my pinky is right there. So yeah, just keep that in mind, that way you guys don't get everything all mixed up. But now, see how everything's sitting? So let's get everything kind of loose fit in there, and then we can tighten everything up. Nice, guys, there we go. Whew. So yeah, that's the first one done officially, nice and tight. Again, I don't know all the torque specs, so please don't use any numbers that I'm giving you guys, but yeah, everything nice and tight. I found it a lot easier that if I tightened up the top plate and the bottom black plate here, you guys can get this in different colors, red, green, gray, all that jazz. But anyways, I found that if I tighten both of them together, then it was a lot easier to tighten the top nut here. Again, this is a 19 mil now compared to the 7/8 or 22 or 21 mil that this was. But yeah, everything's nice and tight. Again, I'm going to bring it to the professionals. They can work their magic when it comes to everything, so just be careful with that stuff. So, but yeah, everything's nice and tight here. Have everything as straight as I can get it. And again, we're not dealing with too much crazy camber right now. We're just right in the middle. So yeah, let's work on the other side now. And don't forget, when you're done, tighten up your end link on this side. I already did that. 17 mil here with our white line. I gotta do a massive clean in here. There's so much crap. But yeah, so let's go to the other side. But in the meantime, guys, I'll show you guys too the cooling setup. So this is where we're at with this. Again, you guys are going to see the full video either before or after this one. I am not sure yet, but I'm in the middle of filming it. We have the fan wirings all done. We have all the LED stuff as far as the underglow goes is all nice and tucked. And then we have our power steering cooler. Again, this is on these brackets that we made. And then I went on Amazon to rally these little pins. Everything's nice and tight. We're literally just waiting on AN lines, so I'm gonna have to go and get a bunch of dash 8 crap as well as some fittings, and yeah, work our magic. But yeah, let's get on to the driver's side here now and put our last plate in. There we go. So yeah, just gonna hop back in the shade. Whew, baby, it's hot. But yeah, guys, there's our camber plates installed. And again, you're not gonna see much today just because I have everything kind of centered. Obviously we're on the jacks, I don't have the wheels on and whatnot, but so far really pleased with them. The quality of them, yeah, everything felt pretty good. They have some good weight to them. A nice metal that's also got kind of like a nice coating on it. The hardware was great. The Allen bolts itself, the hardware for that was perfect, really. Usually when you get some stuff that deals with Allen, people use cheap bolts and it starts to strip pretty fast. So yeah, these were really good. Really happy with it. Took 2 weeks to get the Toronto from Poland. I ordered directly from the Silver Project, or Project Silver's website, so I was really happy with that. And look how good it sits in there, nice and tight, zero modification. Just remember to take off that stuff right there, the OEM nut, the upper bushing, upper mount strut or strut mount, and this little piece right here, top hat. Take all that out, and then you got your perch, the bearing, the slider itself, with the lower base than the upper base on top. So yeah, really happy with it. Hopefully it all works out pretty good when we get on the track. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, guys, gonna end the video here. Hopefully see you guys soon. Still have to grab some lines and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to get the turbo done before our first event. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see how it happens. But anyways, again, appreciate you guys watching another video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like the video. You can also follow us on Instagram at MaxStack Motorsports. Always looking to hear from new people, see some new rides, all that jazz. If you guys have any questions whatsoever regarding the camber plates or the install, feel free, give me a message, comment on the video, all that jazz. Anyways, enjoy the day, guys. Have fun, and hopefully talk to you guys soon. Peace.